Welcome, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. It is March 30th, 2021. Coming live from Studio 44. Producer James in the building. How you doing, bud?
Doing good.
You good, man?
Doing great.
It's a big day in the NFL. There's a lot of news that's been going on, but we did have two big pro days at Ohio State and one as well in Alabama. Mac Jones was trying to show off for the scouts there, as well as Justin Fields. Let's just get right into it. Justin Fields running a 4.44 40. Quarterback, 6'3". Probably he looked big. He looked big at his pro day today. I would probably venture to say he was around maybe 215, 220 in that range, but speedy, 4.4. I mean, that's Lamar Jackson kind of speed, but with much better arm talent for Justin Fields. Now, he didn't play that well in the Big Ten championships against Northwestern this past year. That was a very low-scoring game, and he had a couple of games where he didn't look as crisp as he did. Again, Ohio State only played 5 games to get into the college football playoff as well. That was another thing that people are going to kind of talk about moving forward. But Justin Fields was very high going into the year. After the kind of shortened season due to COVID, not very stunning performances in the college football playoff as well as the Big Ten championship, his stock kind of fell. And then a lot of people, a lot of pundits on the big networks got on their soapbox and started talking up Mac Jones a lot. Again, I was one of those people as well. And Mac Jones today did not throw exceptionally well. He had a really good deep ball to Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith. But again, he overthrew one of the receivers, very similar to Jimmy G. And the reason we bring up that comparison is because the 49ers did move up to the number 3 spot to potentially take a quarterback. Now, the question is which quarterback are they going to be taking with that 3rd overall pick? Do you remember the Super Bowl a couple of years ago when it was, I believe it was the 49ers and, oh gosh, I can't remember who they're playing. Maybe it was Jimmy G overthrew one of his receivers.
The Pats, wasn't it?
May have been the Patriots, but that was the year 49ers dominated Green Bay. You remember that?
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, I do, jerk. And so I was like, that's one of the comparisons they brought up, and it was kind of interesting because on NFL Network, you saw that total overthrow by Mac Jones, and where did they go quickly right after the camera? They went to Kyle Shanahan, in his a portrait of his face.
What's it like?
Portrait view, rather, not a portrait like a picture, but a portrait view.
So they get his reaction, and
it was I think he knew he was on camera, and it's I moved up to 3 for this joker. What are we doing here? I already have this guy in on the team already. But I think what's wowing people, the wow factor for Mac Jones is he's so NFL ready. But what does that mean? Well, that means he's got the brain, and he can dominate on a black and white board. He can draw the plays up. He can remember the schemes. He can absorb information quickly, regurgitate it. But you still got to perform at the end of the day. And it's is this guy going to be worth a top 5 pick? And I think that's where all the so-called experts are kind of weighing in on it. And I think I'm going to chalk up that overthrow. And there was only one. There was only one big throw. And we'll get into Justin Fields in a moment too in regards to the draft. There was only one big overthrow. Again, he did make a really big throw to Devontae Smith. And now, again, everybody can say, oh, it's pretty easy to throw to the Heisman Trophy winner whenever he has that elite speed. And I'm well, maybe he didn't have the same kind of relationship with the other receiver that he overthrew compared to Smith, who, he had a big-time connection with throughout the whole season. So I'm hopefully looking for Mac Jones continue to improve. I think he will improve. There's going to be another pro day. I'm just curious if he's going to participate because the folks who were at Ohio State were not in Alabama and vice versa. So it'll be interesting to see how they can kind of get another glimpse at those two high-profile athletes. Now, what do you remember from Alabama and Mac Jones with this, kind of I don't want to say a plight, but maybe a little bit of apprehension for some of these teams at the top to take Justin Fields, because everybody was high on Justin Fields coming in. It was Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, 1 and 2 the whole season, shortened season for Ohio State because of COVID. only played 5 games, had to, change the rules mid-year so they can go and participate in the college football playoff because they didn't meet their own standards. Surprise, surprise. Let's change the rules for Ohio State. And with that being said, it's like, did Justin Fields, did he may not have the best supporting cast around him? I mean, I'd doubt that. He had the receivers. Did he have the other pieces? Maybe. But at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know why Justin Fields' stock fell so much or so hard as it did, but coming into today, running a 4.440, that's fast for his size. That's a big frame moving that fast at the quarterback position. And then there was a throw that he made similar to Zach Wilson, the quarterback out of BYU, where he rolled out and he had a peel back and he threw like a 70-yard, not even that 70, maybe like 60-yard bomb in the corner of the end zone for like a touchdown. Now, granted, they're in shorts and T-shirts. It really doesn't mean a whole lot. But what it does mean is that he could throw falling away from his body, throwing it 60 yards and have the arm strength to get there. Couple that with the straight line speed and Mac Jones having a poor day to elite standards. We're talking about like elite, holding them up to elite standards. Now does Justin Fields creep back up? Are they going to is San Francisco want to say, well, let's look at the tape. Let's look at what's going on there. Did they have scouts in Ohio State? I don't know. But what I do want to know is, James, knowing what we just kind of reviewed there, what is your feeling that San Francisco will do? Will they keep Jimmy G? What do you think the 49ers will move forward with the 3rd overall pick?
Sounds like they're looking for another.
Yeah, they definitely want to move on from Jimmy G. I think and the big thing is there was a screenshot. There was a photo taken today of Bill Belichick, Kyle Shanahan, and John Lynch. So we all know who Bill Belichick is, and Kyle Shanahan and Lynch are the head coach and general manager for San Francisco. Is there a deal potentially getting produced to send Jimmy G to the Patriots and rekindle that romance, that fire with Bill Belichick, that's who he wanted. He wanted Jimmy G to replace Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of asking yourself, well, does a deal get made where a quarterback is taken in the draft by the 49ers and a deal gets done with Jimmy G and the Patriots where maybe he doesn't go there this year, but maybe after the season that deal gets done that sends Jimmy G to the Patriots. I think that's something to be noteworthy because Cam Newton's going to be on another 1-year deal. Now, granted, Cam's going to make a little bit more money in New England, but I don't know, man. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to see what happens with that 3rd pick. If I was Kyle Shanahan and Lynch, I need to look a little bit more at Justin Fields with that kind of speed. What Kyle Shanahan can do with him, moving him around. I mean, that's what they were talking about with Deshaun Watson. I mean, we're talking about a guy like Deshaun Watson. Everybody wanted to compare him or Justin Fields to other quarterbacks, and I'm like, man, he looks a lot like Deshaun Watson, maybe faster. And so what do we have in the NFL right now? It's like you got to have a quarterback who's mobile, and you got to have a quarterback who can throw across his body with a strong arm. Justin Fields check marks both of those. Now the question is going to be, can he absorb that complex Kyle Shanahan offense in San Francisco? I think that'll be the biggest question mark that they're going to have. And they gave up a lot to go up to 3 to give to the Dolphins. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's little potent going on over there,
yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
But I hope to see Kyle Shanahan, and it seems like John Lynch is doing his due diligence to bring in quality players that fit the mold for the 49ers. And it looks like they want tough guys. And I think Justin Fields coming from Alabama, going to Ohio State, transferring in, going to have to compete in a very competitive arena, not only at Georgia, but also at Ohio State. I hope that they give him a fair shake, because it would be, in 3 years, if Mac Jones fizzled out and Justin Fields is balling for Carolina right now, it's gonna make a lot of 49ers upset, especially being 2 years removed from the Super Bowl appearance. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's 13 minutes after the hour, guys and gals and all of their pals. Let's go ahead and get into a break real quick. When we come back, we'll have a little bit of recruiting news that popped off last night. Shout out to the Wizard getting in the edits for Braylon James. Appreciate you, bud. When we come back, high school recruiting. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. It's time to get into some high school recruiting. Not a lot going on, but we have a little bit. Let's get into it. The Lake Travis rated 3-star by Recon Athletes. Derek DJ Johnson picking up an offer from Colorado State. He is the defensive back. He's actually started since he was a freshman at Lake Travis. He'll be going into his senior year in the 2021 campaign. And then also give a big shout out to Nicholas Hall, the 4-star rated offensive lineman from Aikens High School. He picked up an offer from Iowa State University. Very cool. He is a legacy. His father did play at Kentucky as well in the SEC. We're trying to get him a lot more recognition. He'll be going into his senior year as well in the 2021 campaign for the Aikens Eagles. That's a really tough district. Both of those young men represent 26-6A, and if they were Lake Travis will probably, depending on who gets into the playoffs going into next year, it's likely Lake Travis will probably go D2 or D1. It really all depends on two schools. It depends on Del Valle and it depends on Hayes. If Hayes goes in, then Lake Travis will definitely be a Division II representative. If Hayes does not go in and like Austin High or Bowie gets in, then Lake Travis will definitely be a Division I representative. We're kind of banking on Westlake getting in. Their enrollment's a lot significantly less than Lake Travis. So that's all for another time. We'll get into more of the high school, breakdowns once we get into the season here in the fall. But want to give those young people some recognition. Somebody I wanted to highlight, that's Leonard Kevin Moore. He's a freshman. He's class of 24, and he has already racked up an offer from Tulsa. 6 foot, plays at Weiss High School, defensive back. I think he's being trained by Derek Lewis, not that Derek Lewis, different Derek Lewis out of the Mechanic. So a lot of those cool people are, getting trained up. 6 foot as a freshman in high school. I mean, getting a D1 offer in freshman high school. Very cool to see that. That program, Lockhart's familiar with that program. They're the ones who knocked Lockhart out in the bi-district championship 2 years ago in 2019. So extremely familiar with that school as well for the area. But more things to come. SQT 7-on-7 tournament begins in May. That'll be at Lake Travis. So if you all want to go out there, be sure to just go out, and it's free. There's no charge to get in. So very family friendly. Get to see a lot of young, talented Austin area student athletes on the gridiron. You get to see them in a different way too, because they don't wear face masks. They have like soft helmets, like rugby helmets, but that's just the safety precautions. Because before, they used to just like go, and these guys, I mean, these are the elite of the elite, and they're all big kids, and then they're jumping, 36 plus inch verticals. And so they're skywalking basically in the air, and they're coming down, hitting their heads and trying to avoid concussions so they can be prepared for the season when it comes in the fall. At the same time, we'll have more and more coverage as the time goes on. Spring football is going to be underway here at the end of April and then going into May. So the pads are going to start popping pretty soon. We'll probably need to get out to a couple of schools to get some footage of the young people. We'll start exposing them and giving them more more cred as the time goes on. I'm looking forward to Lockhart bouncing back and doing a very good thing. San Marcos is going to be a very dangerous school going into next year, led by their junior quarterback, Isaiah De Leon. So I'm looking forward to see him. He's a big kid, 6'3", 200 pounds. And dude can sling it. And he has some very athletic, speedy receivers on the outside. So as well as a running back, we're gonna get to know them very soon. And then the litany of talent at Lake Travis and Westlake. Y'all know the Westlake kids. We talk about them aplenty. Lake Travis as well. Get to know the name, the Bird family, Nicholas Bird. He is going to be a big product coming out of Lake Travis as a receiver. So I'm looking forward to all that kind of moving forward. Snoop Daniel, shout out Snoop Daniel, messaging me in the Facebook Messenger. I'll have to get back to him on break. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time as we move forward. Producer James is going to be exposed to a lot of a new subculture of football, so to speak. But it'll be fun. And it's good to get on the road, too. Like, get into the field. It's good to kind of get back in there, meet people. Because last year with COVID, man, you couldn't really go anywhere. You couldn't do anything. And God bless for all those people who were like putting streams online. Shout out to Line Pride Sports Broadcast with Emilio and his team for, getting Lockhart out there as much as they could. We tried to promote them as well. And I was kind of upset. I felt bad is really what I felt bad for, like the small schools, your 1A, 2A, 3As, because for whatever reason that there was nobody really kind of covering them. And for us, we would cover the, big athletes like in Rockdale. You had Cameron Valdez, you had Kashawn Raven, and then you also had, can't remember his first name, but DeBerry, the receiver. And then you go over to Lexington High School and you have Jared Kerr, who's a phenom athlete. He has official visit to Baylor coming up pretty soon. So lots of very talented young people in the area that, outside of Austin that you may not know. And we're going to do everything in our power to kind of bring that to y'all's forefront. So you can learn the names. And as we get into the season, we'll go ahead and get more exposure for the New Braunfels area. There's a big offensive lineman out of Smithson Valley, is my buddy's son, Colton Thomason. He's rated as a 4-star recruit, currently has an offer from Michigan State University. So 6'7", 350. That was him as a freshman. And Colton went to camps at Texas, at UT. He was bigger than their starting offensive lineman.
Wow.
Yeah. He's taking photos. Like, he's literally like a couple inches taller. So there's plenty of talent in the area. There's a really good offensive lineman at New Braunfels as well. I'm going to go ahead and expose them later on as we get closer to the season. But again, I wanted to take some time just to kind of get those names out there in case folks weren't too familiar. And then we can't forget our people here in the local area. Jackie Edwards Jr. is also going to play at the next level, as well as Noah Garcia. But, man, Tay Andrews, we talked about him, had him on the show, friend of the show. Deontay Jackson, he's going to be a phenom. I'm looking forward to seeing him play next year. Sean McKinney, the outstanding running back. Those two young people are going to be juniors next year. Tay will be a senior. So Lockhart has just as much talent as everybody else in the surrounding areas. We just all need to, I think, get on the same page, and I think we'll have a lot of success going into the future. 26 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break here in a moment. But when we come back from break, we're going to talk about a new occurrence that happened in the NFL. The season has been extended, and we'll go over and run through week 17 of the NFL season. Dallas Cowboys is going to be on the road, though. Find out where when we come back. down, bro. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Producer James caught me right there. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Scary moment real quick. Let's get into March Madness for a moment. One of the officials collapses in the beginning of a play between Gonzaga and USC. Very scary moment. Prayers out to him. He's literally just standing there, James, and watching the ball get passed around and then just falls out, just like topples over. Like it's kind of scary moment the way you see it. Looks like he was taken off in a stretcher heading to their local hospital. But right now, USC is trailing Gonzaga 34-56 with 17 minutes left in the second half. So I'm sure they're going to get something squared out. A story will come out that later, but didn't look good from the video that I saw. So hopefully everything is all good there. But luckily medical attention was close by to get him taken care of. Let's pivot back to the NFL. Week 17 gets extended, and there was a lot of talk with this kind of going on. It was inevitable, so to speak, because with the new CBA, there'll be 10 years of labor peace between the owners and the athletes with the NFLPA. And with moving forward, one of the clauses putting to that collective bargaining agreement was a potential Week 17 could be added in the 2022 season. It's like, well, if the owners already got a $100 billion deal with the networks, they're like, why don't we just add that 17th game this year? So one of the preseason games will be removed. They'll go from 4 to 3 in the preseason, and then a 17th week will be added to the regular season. So that means the Dallas Cowboys cannot go 8-8 anymore unless they tie a game. Then they can go 8-1. So right now, with just doing the math, most teams are going to probably go. Mediocre teams will go 8-9, 9-8, 10-7, 7-10. Those will be the mid-tier teams. And Dallas, historically, since I was a kid, they've been pretty average, and so I'm expecting them to do more. Rankings came out, the power rankings, and for the NFC East, and all of those teams were ranked between 18 and 24. Dallas was ranked at 18th in the NFL. Well, they must be doing something right because 18 is pretty much in the middle of 32, and that is pretty indicative of their career, or they're not career, but their record as they kind of go in and year out. So maybe things will change. I don't think so, but for all the Dallas, DC4L zombies out there, I'm pretty sure they'll be clamoring to say, yeah, we're first in the division, but you're 18th overall. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, or you can just be hyped that you probably are going to win the NFC East, being a mediocre team. But that's neither here nor there. Week 17 schedule, let me run down that real quick as I get that uploaded. Shout out to My Sports Update at NFL Update for providing this Week 17 schedule. Let's just rattle them off real quick. Seattle at Pittsburgh, the Rams at Baltimore, Arizona at Cleveland, San Francisco at Cincinnati, Green Bay at Kansas City at Arrowhead.
Week 17?
Week 17. That could potentially be a Super Bowl preview. And then we're moving on. Chicago at Las Vegas, Minnesota at the Chargers, Detroit at Denver, the football team at Buffalo, the Giants at Miami. Dallas goes to New England to take on the dark side. Bill Belichick is, what's the name of that? Is that Palpatine?
Yeah, I was about to cue the
that would have been cool.
Imperial March.
We got to get that. I like that.
Say no more.
Just to add that one. What else were we gonna add?
Which one it was?
I know we have one on there that you haven't used. I've tried to tell a couple of jokes for you to drop it, but
yeah. Okay.
I guess you got a lot in your way right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you got a lot. If y'all can't see producer James, I wish I could turn the camera around so y'all could see what his setup looks like. And he's like a what do they call those people? You're like running the Star Trek Enterprise. You got all these buttons and gizmos and gadgets and computers and connectors and adapters. He makes me look good, y'all, and I'm not that pretty, but he makes me look good running from the behind the scenes.
Look, I'm trying.
Man, you're doing a good job, man. Tell him, Joey. Tell him, Uncle Joey. All right, here. He's not my real uncle. Philadelphia at the Jets. that could be interesting, especially if a rookie is taken, like Zach Wilson. You got Hurts and Wilson.
So they're done with what's his name?
Man, Sam Darnold's only 23. Man, he's the coach before him. I forgot what his name is. Crazy Eyes. If y'all remember that, he had to have been on some kind of something, man.
From the Jets.
From the Jets, yeah. I forgot what his name was, but he was at Miami previously, and when he took over that head coaching job, apparently the word is that he was getting jobs as head coach because he was the offensive coordinator in Indianapolis for Peyton Manning.
What year was he there?
2017, 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not it's not Todd Bowles.
Before or after?
I'd probably say after.
Okay. We'll do 19.
Yeah, try that. Yeah, Adam Gase. Yeah, Crazy Eyes. That dude, I like when I saw that, he's memes, bro. He's memes everywhere. Well, apparently the word is that so in, what was it? There came down to like 2 candidates for a job. I think it was I want to say it was the Jets job. Maybe it wasn't the Jets. Anyways, it came down to McCarthy, the current head coach for Dallas. It came down to McCarthy and Gase. And the GM for the team went with Gase because of Peyton Manning's recommendation. And so it's like, why would you believe Peyton Manning telling you this offense coordinator would be a good head coach in Adam Gase in Miami, and much less in the Jets, when Peyton Manning is the offensive coordinator. He doesn't need someone to coach him. What are you going to tell Peyton Manning that he hasn't already seen before all over, the NFL? But, yeah, I'm pretty sure Sam Darnold, his career got ruined by Adam Gase. I feel sorry for that young man. Yeah. But he could literally go somewhere else, and he could pull a Drew Brees. He could literally, like, go to, I don't know, he could go to, let's say, Houston. Let's say if a trade gets done there, if they don't take a quarterback, or he could go to Denver. That would be a great spot for Sam Darnold. He could go to, where else could he go? Seattle, if some kind of deal wants to get done. Chicago. I mean, there's teams that need a solid quarterback. If you just give him some weapons and you get a coach that'll stay out of his way. He's only 23. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is already going to be 26. Dak Prescott's pushing 30. I mean, he's a young quarterback. I mean, Joey Burrow is older than him. And that's nuts. Like, Joe Burrow he was a rookie last year. Sam Darnold's been in the league for 3 years. Damn. So it just tells you how young he is. All right, let's get back into this. New Orleans at Tennessee, Tampa Bay, the defending Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Indianapolis. Carson Wentz, Tom Brady. Could be. That's going to be at Lucas Oil too. The house that Peyton built. Carolina at Houston, yawn. Atlanta at Jacksonville, yawn. So those games will probably be like early games if I had to guess. That Green Bay Kansas City game should be prime time though. That should be a prime time game.
Well, what if everyone's like locked in already, and it's kind of one of those games where they just
home field advantage.
Oh yeah,
home field advantage.
Right. What if that's locked in already?
I think it could be locked up for Kansas City, but for Green Bay, it could be like you're in a hunt with Tampa.
That's true.
You're going to be in a hunt with Tampa. You're going to be in a hunt. If Seattle can get out of their way, maybe Seattle. The Rams for sure. With Stafford going to the Rams. Oh, yeah. You got Cooper Kupp. You got Bobby Woods. You got what's that dude's name? Cam Ackler. I think it's like that's how you say his name. I could be wrong. Yeah, dude. There's some teams out there. It could be a home field advantage for some of those games. If that Green Bay Kansas City game is not, if it's not prime time, then it should be like a flex, like on a Sunday. I'm hearing rumors that they're gonna have a Black Friday game, like on the holiday, like it's not really a holiday, but the on shopping Friday? Day. Yeah, on Friday. It's gonna be like on Amazon. So they want everybody to watch Amazon and then go do their shopping. That's what they want. And dude, Amazon's getting in the game.
Yeah,
they're getting in it.
They've been having a lot of the Thursday night games on. You can watch them on Amazon Prime. Right? Yeah,
if you don't have like NFL Network.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a really dope thing to say. I like that. I mean, I'm kind of. I mean, what we're doing right now, we're streaming on the internet. I mean, that's the future, man. That's the way it's going to be. Hopefully we're early.
I think it's a shame, like that me as a Packers fan, like I'm not able to watch all of the Packers games unless I have like Sunday ticket. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like why?
Because you're not in their market.
Yeah, and it's really hard to actually find like a pirated NFL game or
No, you don't want to do pirated.
well, you know, like stream it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
There ain't no pirating going on. But yeah, man, the biggest thing too is when Amazon, and I have a feeling Amazon's going to get the rights to it. When Amazon gets the rights to Sunday Ticket or ESPN, like NFL, like ESPN Plus, when they get whoever gets the rights to Sunday Ticket, I don't care if DirecTV keeps partial ownership, but you need to give that opportunity to like everybody else, like especially through a service. And if it's not through Amazon or ESPN Plus, it should be. It should be available to the NFL.
It should be its own service.
Right.
Like
the
Sunday
NFL
Ticket,
should monitor it. I mean, they should
distribute it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. They're the ones who really should be in control of that.
Yep.
So with Week 17, that has to move things around. So if we have a longer season, that's going to push the Super Bowl a week out. So the new dates to remember: the season for 2021, the NFL season will begin Thursday night, September 9th, and will conclude on Super Bowl 51. I believe that's right. Super Bowl 51. I could be wrong with that Roman numerals, man.
I think it. Wait.
I'm just looking like a fool right now. We'll figure it. We'll get that one and figure it out in a minute. But anyways, the Super Bowl will be played February 13th. That Sunday. That's the second Sunday in February. Anything surprising about that? Do you think it's now? A lot of players are gonna like get up in arms about it. Like, y'all signed the deal. I mean, y'all knew what was coming. They're like, well, they didn't say it was till Super Bowl 22, and I'm like, well, you kind of knew this was coming down the pike, so you really should have been prepared for whenever this was going to be implemented. They just decided to do it a year earlier. So since the contract's already done, they're going to make they're going to make this game like a bonus, similar to how the playoffs are ran. So instead of a game check, it'll be a bonus for all the players, which will really help out the younger players a lot, I would think, moving forward. Or, I mean, you could use that bonus money to, like, I don't know, fix your grill like Michael Strahan on
Oh yeah.
So apparently Michael Strahan, we don't know. This was kind of like introduced as potentially like an April Fool's joke, since tomorrow's like April Fool's. Is it tomorrow or is it when
31st, there's 31 days. So I guess on Thursday.
So this is March. Yeah, there's 31 days. So this will be Thursday because today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Man, my days are kind of mixed up right now. Anyways, that bonus money, apparently on the internet, Michael Strahan fixed his gap. Good for him. Clap it up for Michael Strahan. Let's clap it up for Michael Strahan. Texas guy. Played at Texas Southern. Hall of Famer. Super Bowl champion. 2-time Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl 56 will be played but it has a different date. It's of course
That hasn't been updated.
Yeah, so 7 days from this would be the 13th.
This information just dropped today. So
Okay.
Wikipedia,
Google.
no, that's Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, true.
The Wikipedia people, go update your website, or somebody else will go do it. Yeah, man, let's get into a break real quick. 46 minutes after the hour. Get into a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit of UFC. Another big fight announced for April 10th. We'll let you know who, when, where, and why, and how, and all the IELUs when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show, March 30th, 2021. Let's get into the UFC. Another big fight announced for April 10th. It is Robert Whittaker will be facing off in the main event against Kelvin Gastelum. So Robert Whittaker, the Australian by way of New Zealand, will be taking on the what is Gastelum's his
He's American.
He's half.
Oh yeah.
He's
I
half.
like his heritage.
Yeah, he's half. Well, I mean, he's of Mexican descent, but he was born in the United States. That is true. What are you thoughts on that fight, James? What do you anticipate? Whittaker's a bad man.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's gonna be really great, man. Dude, Kelvin Gastelum, he took Adesanya to the brink whenever they fought, and dude, Robert Whittaker, shout out to him, man. He has fought. Let me look up his past fights here. His last 5 fights. He's been on a roll, dude, and he's been fighting like all of the top contenders as well.
But wasn't he one of those fighters who was coming up through the ranks, and he was like just knocking out dudes, murking dudes, and then all of a sudden he kind of just, I don't know, maybe it was me because I'm not as thorough of a fan as you are, but it just seemed to me like Robert Whittaker, like he took a L and then he kind of like fell off, or am I just wrong? Yeah, he fought Adesanya, and like after that L, because it was an ugly knockout.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, well, he just fell off. He sent him back to Australia, bro. He couldn't get back.
Yeah.
No boats.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So before that,
He beat Yoel Romero?
twice.
No.
Twice. So before that, he hadn't lost. So he lost February 22nd, 2014. After that, he went on a 9-fight winning streak and ended it 2019 in the loss versus Adesanya. But yeah, before that, he beat Romero back to back
Consecutively.
Consecutive, yeah.
Why did he fight him twice?
Both by decision. Yeah, you gotta ask Dana White. I think one of them was for the belt, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he beat this dude Jacare Souza, Derek Brunson, Uriah Hall, Brad Tavares. I mean,
Those are some names.
yeah. And then he beat Darren Till. This dude is an up and comer, Jared Cannonier.
Cannoneer.
Yeah, Cannoneer. Decision, Darren Till. So yeah, he works a lot of these guys to decision, but he's a very good fighter. He's almost like the gatekeeper, which I don't know why he hasn't gotten a rematch.
With Adesanya?
Yeah,
Maybe that's the next move at 185.
Yeah. Darren Till was top of the heap right there whenever they fought.
Well, let's look at this. Since Adesanya beat Gastelum at 185, Adesanya goes up to 205 and gets knocked out. And then now Whittaker and Gastelum are going to face off. Probably would this be number 1 contender? So the winner of this would get a shot at Adesanya? That's the way it looks like to me.
Yeah, probably should. But you see Gastelum coming off of, I think he just moved to welterweight, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's been there.
Because I remember him at 170 too.
Yeah.
He knocked out Bisping. Gastelum knocked out Bisping.
Yeah.
Nice.
This dude Jacare Souza as well, and this dude, he's good, man. He just, I don't know what his problem is. So lost to Adesanya, lost to Darren Till, lost to Jack Hermanson, got submitted, and then beat this guy.
So
this year.
So this card will be April 10th, probably from Vegas. The
April
Apex.
17th.
I'm sorry, April. Oh, this isn't the 10th. Oh, so it is the 17th.
Yeah.
My fault. My apologies. From the Apex Center.
Yep.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this will prelude the big 3-fight card on the 24th, and that's who's on that card?
On the 24th.
Yeah.
That's the Rose Namajunas title fight.
Right.
And who else is it?
Oh, I thought you know on top of your head. My fault.
I
didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I should. I don't know why I don't.
So it was
Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal.
right.
And then Valentina Shevchenko.
There you go.
Is also fighting Jessica Andrade. Yeah.
And who's the champ in that Rose Namajunas division? It's the Chinese woman?
That chick, yeah, Wei Li. Yeah.
Wei Li?
Yeah. She put on, dude, probably a fight, best women's fight I've ever freaking seen, dude. Let me pull up this picture right here.
And what is this from?
When she fought that girl. This girl, Joanna, she was the champ. She was the champ at 135, I believe, for like the longest time. But this was before the fight, and this is of course after the fight. Look at her freaking head, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for those who are just listening to us right now, one fight is the fight promo where she's weighing in, and the second is post-fight, and her forehead has swelled.
You want to put that on
significantly? Screen? No, I don't put it on. Probably like lose the 2 viewers that we have on the show right now.
UFC, ESPN, dude, they did her dirty, dude. Did
they interview her afterwards?
I don't think they did, but ESPN, of course, like they just had it
plastered it everywhere.
Yeah, that was like the picture that was on there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, it's 7:58. That's another fight that's kind of coming up. We're looking forward to that one. I'm kind of growing into UFC. We have some boxing coming up too on the 24th of April. Man, I'm serious. Like I might have to buy a new TV, not a new one, but another one. So we may have that Ruiz Arreola fight and UFC 261. Yeah, 261 going simultaneously.
So you were right about Canelo over there at Jerry World.
Bro. That Mexican will sell out. Like, I'm curious to see, like, when those tickets go on sale. And I bet for sure, like, third-party tickets.
I think they've gone on sale already.
They have?
Yeah.
We'll look it up. I bet those third-party ticket sales, like on StubHub, SeatGeek, and all those places, I bet they're easily $1,000 a pop. And if it's floor, probably $10,000. They're going to be expensive. Eddie Hearn production, Canelo's production, practically unification title fight for super middleweight. I think it's super middleweight. I think it's 160 or 167. But Saunders is gonna get destroyed. It's not even gonna be a fight. It's not even gonna be worth anything. Canelo's too big, too fast. He's too skilled. And I bet he's sparring with Andy Ruiz, because Andy Ruiz was at his training camp, and they're fighting like a week apart. You have Ruiz fighting on the 24th, and then you have Canelo fighting on the 8th of May. What are you bringing up there?
Tickets from SeatGeek for the fight.
And this is for the Canelo Alvarez Sanders fight?
Full capacity event, Saturday, May 8th at 5 p.m.
Full capacity, like floor. Oh my God! For those who we're looking at Jerry World, the AT&T Stadium, the entire stadium and floor seating is available. They said COVID, yeah, we're done with you.
So like $1,000
for the floor seating.
Yeah, as of right now.
Starting at floor. I bet you as it gets closer, like especially into April.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna just skyrocket. Are you looking forward to that fight? Canelo fight?
Super middleweight title unification blockbuster.
See? At Jerry World.
I mean, I'll check it out.
Man, that thing better be like under $100. I don't think it would be. It might be, but I hope it's not.
Yeah.
I hope it's not. I'm looking forward to that fight though. 8:01 right now. Any shows? Anything new? Have you gotten anything? Any documentaries?
Nope.
Since yesterday?
Nope. Didn't watch no TV.
Didn't watch any TV?
Nope.
Not even Winter Soldier?
Not even Winter Soldier.
Are you going to continue to watch that?
Yes, I am.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And I do not quit.
Yes, you did. You said it yesterday. You said you quit yesterday. Did you have that trivia pulled up?
No.
Okay. All right. We're going to have trivia. We're going to probably come up with a trivia segment to kind of grow the show a little bit. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a fun thing. So you're going to give me questions. I'm going to answer them. If I get something wrong, then I have to eat something hot, something spicy. Is that the way we're doing it?
It's got to be a consequence.
It's inconsequential at this moment for this juncture that you shall deem a consequence worthy of my participation. I was trying to figure out that monologue. Anyways, 8:02. We're getting off the rails a little bit. Without going into the topics, what's on deck tomorrow for Dark Side?
Same channel, same topics.
Same topics. Just tease them.
we got some devil shoes that we got some satanic shoes that are causing a major controversy right now. We got I guess it's not really news no more. A big ship blocking a small
They got that moving
spot. Yeah, they did.
Okay,
that's not really so much news anymore, but we might get into the conspiracies surrounding that. And yeah, just come check it out. Dark Side of the Mic on Facebook tomorrow.
You're not gonna talk about Elon and his texts?
Yeah.
Well, tell the people.
I got my notepad somewhere over here. My mind goes blank when you put me on the spot.
Oh man, come on! You gotta be prepared. Yeah, those shoes. They're so stupid. Another thing I'm looking forward to is I don't know. I hope that some news picks up, because like we're working with fumes over here. The NFL draft, when that comes, we'll have a big special. We'll probably have some giveaways during the show. I'm kind of curious though, like how we're gonna logistically figure that out. But y'all go check out Dark Side tomorrow. I probably won't be watching. No, I'm just kidding. I'll watch. I like to just push James's buttons just to see what he'll do. But you know, James likes to quit, so I don't know.
Maybe you know how to push my buttons.
Maybe he'll quit tomorrow. I don't know. Are you gonna quit tomorrow?
Never quit.
Yeah. Okay. Heard you took me up on Papa Romeo's Frito pie recipe.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
It was good.
What did you do differently?
So normally I just I'm real cheap with the Frito pie, so I just get the Fritos, put the Wolf Brand chili on top, probably with beans.
Yeah. And
that's it. A little cheese on top. That's it. So today we made the ground beef separate. We did the ranch style beans. Then we did the chili. So yeah, it was very, very good. Very good.
And the kids dug it too. They liked it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They tore it up.
Yeah, they tore it up.
I'll tell you what, man, we got the secrets. Getting back into it tomorrow. Oh, now getting back to it on Thursday. Producer James will be out. He'll be doing his thing, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to Thursday. I think we'll have some things pop off between now and then. If not, we'll come back and we'll run it again and figure out something as we get by. March Madness is coming to an end. Thursday, we'll go over all the college football slate for Saturday. There will be games Thursday as well. We'll get into that. Probably while the show is going on, there'll probably be a couple of games that'll be going on live. But once we get back, we'll try to run this train off the rails again, see what happens. If you think these people really want to see me eat something hot, something spicy?
Who doesn't like to see somebody else in pain?
And well, see, that's the thing is like, is it gonna be in pain? Will I be in pain? It's like,
I don't know. How are you with hot stuff?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. Cayenne, I don't do well with. That's one thing I don't.
You should do the chip then.
Is that cayenne?
I think so.
Okay. Everything else I'm pretty strong. Like peppers, I don't have a problem with. But for some reason, like
I think should have had you do the chip on Dark Side. Is what we should have done.
Nah, we'll do it. We're gonna do it anywhere. We're gonna do it here. Maybe we'll just do that randomly, just as a challenge. See what happens.
I think me know so I can promote it. I'll secretly promote it.
I think if you last like a minute, it's like you're like stay hard, David Goggins. Stay hard like that.
Well, there's like a little belt in the.
No,
chip
there's
thing.
not.
Yeah, in the chip. I mean, it's a piece of paper, so take it for what it is.
It's like it's a paper belt. Would you put it around your finger and be like, I'm number one?
Makes you feel better about yourself.
All right, we're done. We're out of here. So stupid.
I guess you can use it as toilet paper later on.
Bro, that ain't gonna be enough to get it done, Jack. We're gonna have to do a couple swirls. I'm just saying. Let's get out of here.